All right, man. People still asking what the Detroit Lions should do at quarterback. This off season, I feel they have to address it. Even if you keep Nate Sudfeld, as a third stringer, they have to address the quarterback position. They have to start to get the future. Even if you resign Jared Goff, you have to, start to put stuff in place to have the future come in. And look at San Francisco. They had the future, the present, and the future. So it's important, dude. San Francisco, most people thought they season was over with, and they got rid of Nate Sudfeld. That's how we end up with them, and they must have really, really believed in Brock Purdy. So you have to have a contingency plan. Not only if Jared Goff go down, but somebody just in case. For the future. That's what you need. Somebody just in case for the future that you ready to pick up and do so with. So, and whoever that may be, it might be somebody on the street, it might be somebody else on another team, it might be somebody in the draft, it might be via trade, but that's critical. That's critical. And it might be somebody that can play from the pocket. It might be somebody that can do the pocket in, throw run in. It might be somebody that can run. Might be an athletic kid where you put a package or two in for him, but it's something that it has to be done. But check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. But it's something that has to be done. Something has to be put in plan. He been here 2 years. 2 years Brad Holmes been here, and they don't have a future. Or they don't have a backup that you respect. So, you look at 49ers, they got Brock Purdy, the last pick in the draft. So, and obviously they got a system that's quarterback friendly. And I think the Lions are building a system that's quarterback friendly. But also on the flip side of it, you look at Cincinnati. They changed their whole franchise around with Joe Burrow. You got to understand this was a team that hadn't won a playoff game in a long time. 1 year they was dubbed to win the Super Bowl when Chad Johnson and Carson Palmer was there, but Carson Palmer broke his leg. Tell this story all the time. John Kidner came in and blew a lead. I think they might have been playing the Steelers too. And that was the year that Cincinnati was supposed to win the Super Bowl. That's when Carson Palmer was at the peak of his powers, and that team was rolling. And then he fell out with Mike Brown, the owner, and retired. And then remember he came back, but then John Kidner came in and instantly lost that lead. I remember watching that game. And guess who go sign John Kidner? I say it all the time. Detroit Lions went out there, gave John Kidner the bag, gave him a starting spot. You just don't understand how they think, bro. It ain't like he came in and did enough to keep the win going and he went on the run like Nick Foles did. No, that ain't what happened. But in another critical area too, why you probably want to look to secure a young guy, as a quarterback, or you want to look to upgrade the position, you look at the NFC North. I mean, NFC in general. What super quarterback you got to worry about? Go through it. Kyler Murray, you don't know what's going on there. He uncoachable. He don't listen. Matthew Stafford, he had a spinal injury, so you don't know what's left for him. We knew he had a bad back when he was here. Geno Smith, we'll see what happened there. And Seattle got a top 5 pick too in the draft. Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo in San Francisco. Jalen Hurts seemed to be the leader of the pack. You got Dak Prescott, Daniel Jones, the Commanders. Don't know what they really got. In Atlanta, Tampa Bay right now, Carolina, New Orleans, Kirk Cousins in Minnesota, Aaron Rodgers up in the air. Justin Fields like he coming, but they could go to Bryce Young, and that could reset a whole rebuild again. So, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said before, if the Lions really wanted to go for it, they should go for it right now. It was ever a time, and I know people look at Lamar and say, well, he stayed injured, he's through this, that, and the third, but it was ever a time to tip the balance in your favor. It's now. It's now. You capitalize on becoming the worst in ticket sales to having the biggest leap in ticket sales this season. It's now, like I said before. And if it's, you feel like Bryce Young is the guy, Stroud's the guy, Levis the guy, Richard's the guy, Tanner McKee, whatever his name is from Stanford is the guy. But if it's ever time to make a move, it's right now. And I think, bringing Lamar to the NFC And the AFC is so quarterback heavy when you talk about Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrows, Patrick Mahomes, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, you see that though he threw to Christian Kirk versus Kansas City. Kirk should have caught that, but it was like a cannon. Shot out of a cannon. I mean, Mahomes, Wilson. We'll see if he get back on track. Justin Herbert. It's quarterback heavy over there. It's the quarterback marvel. You come over here, it's Jalen Hurts and everybody else. Until you figure out what Rodgers gonna do, it's everybody else. So if it's ever a time to make a case, and you say, well, we concerned about Lamar's injuries and all that, I definitely understand. But then what? You look at the Richardson kid, you say what? You say we give him this, that, and give him some time, put a package in for him, give him some time, work on his mechanics, and build him up to be something. You say I trade for Trey Lance, I think all the offers, all the opportunity out there. But if it was me personally, I go get Lamar. I'm not trading like 2 first-round picks. I got number 6 for you in the 3. But everybody said, well, defense is the only issue with the Lions, and this day is more than just defense. It's more than just defense. You need a running back, you need a right guard that can play right tackle, has some versatility across the line. I think you need an interior lineman, you need a linebacker, you need a veteran corner. That's just my opinion. And I think if you're able to give up 6 in the 2 or 6 in the 3, and you're able to get, and still have 1 and 2 2s or something like that, or 1, 2, and 3 in the draft, I think, and you can make some money, more money, for him to come in. So I think it's doable, but then again, it's a risk. But I think that risk is worth making a reward. And the reason I say it's worth the reward is because you don't have any other quarterbacks that's dominating the conference. It's AFC quarterback heavy. So I can go out there and get a transcendent talent with the understanding and with the parameters of, we not gonna do none of that design run shit. You know what I'm saying? Your runs is gonna be improv. We have a couple design runs for critical moments. But if you don't think he can survive without that, you pass on it. If you don't think we can get him out and on that Kyle Shanahan bootleg, you don't think we can move the pocket for some throws, you don't think he can, play in the pocket and make some throws, he'd be way more talented offensively than he is in Baltimore right now here. But then it's a question for everything. The Richardson kid, probably won't have an opportunity to get a Bryce Young. You got to look at Stroud, look at all those guys, but you got to start to prepare for the future. You got to get somebody warm in the oven. If that's for a season or 2, Mahomes sat for a season, Aaron Rodgers sat for a couple seasons, so be it. And whoever it may be, but you got to remember the game is won from the pocket. But also, there's a void in the NFC right now of a dominant quarterback. That's a dominant quarterback. There's a void. And if I'm the Lions, I just, I go for it, bro. I think Jared Goff holds some weight, having a great season. I think Baltimore happy to have him. If Derek Carr is in demand, and I go for it, dude. I pay the man. I'll see if we can come to an understanding. I just go for it. I just tip the power in my hand. That's what I forgot about Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. So if he get back to form, you don't have nobody in the NFC that you really, really worried about like that. Jalen Hurts got to prove this ain't a one-hit wonder. And you giving Lamar a plethora of weapons. So to me, it's you can literally tip the balance in your favor in the NFC. You can tip primetime games in your favor. You can tip your winning percentage in your favor. Think about it. You can tip primetime games, winning probably Super Bowls, ticket sales, jersey sales. They getting a new jersey, Lamar Jackson. Somebody that seemed hinted to want to be here. All that's in your favor. You take him out the cold. You put him in the dome. He one of the few players that in the last 20-some years that represent the city of Detroit. People going to come out. They're going to have a whole different crowd there. Trust me. It's going to be a whole different tax bracket in Detroit. Watch what I tell you. The community going to get behind him. And you give them the best opportunity, one of the best opportunities. When I think going to New York with the Jets give them a great opportunity to be successful. With that defense and the weapons they got on the outside in that market, he already playing in the cold. I mean, going back home to Miami, you always had concerns about young people going back home. But him, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, and it's not no question of arm strength for getting the ball down the field. That ain't a question. His down the field accuracy is great. So that to me, it's a great fit for him too. No, but you put him in Detroit, you probably find a back to go. They go with him. You give him Justin Jackson, you give him DeAndre, you give him Jamal and another back in the backfield. He got some really good tight ends. You give him Jameson Williams, somebody get down the field. You give him St. Brown, somebody that can move the sticks, get down the field. Give him DJ Shark, somebody get down the field. You give him Josh Reynolds, somebody get down the field. I mean, and then you just use the rest of those picks to patch up the defense. But man, I really want to get my hands on Jalen Carter, but that's what we really want. But yeah, but they gotta start moving on. It don't have to be Lamar. It could be whoever you feel could be some Mr. Irrelevant, somebody you feel like you can work with and just keep ready. It gotta be somebody that can win you a couple games just in case golf go down or something happen. But the ideal thing is the Richardson kid, somebody that's mobile. You can put some plays in there for him in the offense. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google, or Spotify and Anchor. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Peace.